Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the foot of a mountain, lived a young boy named Ravi. Ravi was known in his village for his kindness and his dreams that were as big as the mountain he lived beside. He often told anyone who would listen that he wanted to climb that mountain and see the world from its peak. The mountain, however, was not an ordinary one. It was steep, treacherous, and covered with sharp rocks and thick forests. Many had tried to climb it, but none had succeeded. "You're just a boy," people would tell Ravi. "You'll never make it." But Ravi refused to give up on his dream. He spent his days learning everything he could about climbing. He read books, spoke to travelers, and practiced scaling small hills near his village. With every step, he grew stronger and more confident. Still, doubts crept into his mind. What if he failed? What if he wasn't strong enough? But then Ravi remembered his grandfather's words. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. One morning, as the first rays of the sun kissed the mountain's peak, Ravi set out on his journey. The villagers watched him go, shaking their heads in disbelief. "He'll come back by sunset," they whispered. But Ravi didn't look back. With a small bag of supplies and a heart full of determination, he began climbing. The first few days were challenging. Ravi's hands bled from gripping sharp rocks, and his legs ached from endless walking. The nights were cold and the wind howled like a beast. There were moments when Ravi felt like giving up, but each time he sat down to rest, he thought about the view from the top and the pride he'd feel in proving everyone wrong. One evening, as he rested under a tree, Ravi met an old man who had been living on the mountain for years. The man was frail but wise, and he saw the determination in Ravi's eyes. "Why are you climbing this mountain, young one?" the old man asked. "I want to prove to myself that I can," Ravi replied. "I want to see the world from above and know that no dream is too big." The old man smiled and handed Ravi a small wooden stick. "Take this," he said. "It may seem like nothing, but when the journey gets tough, lean on it. Sometimes, even the strongest need a little support." Ravi thanked the man and continued his climb. The higher he went, the more challenging it became. The air grew thinner, and the path disappeared under snow and ice. But Ravi held on to the stick in his determination. He took one step at a time, remembering his grandfather's words. After weeks of climbing, Ravi reached the peak. The sight took his breath away. The world stretched out before him, vast and beautiful. The village that once seemed so big was now just a tiny dot. Tears filled Ravi's eyes as he realized he had done what no one else dared to do. When Ravi returned to the village, he was greeted with cheers and applause. The same people who doubted him now looked at him with admiration. Ravi's journey became the talk of the village, inspiring others to pursue their dreams, no matter how impossible they seemed. From that day on, Ravi wasn't just the boy with big dreams. He was proof that with determination, preparation, and the courage to take the first step, no mountain is too high to climb.